Hello and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. I'm AC and today I'm going to walk you through this beautiful 2023 Newmar King Aire. This is the 4521 floor plan. It's got the Thunder graphics on the exterior. You can see beautiful color scheme outside. It's got the Nova Gerard awning package, so you can see I've got the two full awnings out right now, providing plenty of coverage when it's a nice day to be outside watching the game, barbecuing, hanging out with your friends. We're going to get started up front here. Point out a couple of things I want to point out. Actually, we'll start right up front here. A couple important features up front. We're going to have our mobile eye. That's going to be your lane departure, your keep assist, lane keep assist, all your safety features on this King Aire. We're going to also have the on-guard collision mitigation system, which will let you know if somebody's coming around. It'll actually brake for you if needed to help keep you out of accidents. In a 45-foot coach with 605 horsepower, that's a very important thing to have. You're going to see your sensors as we walk around the coach. You're going to have 3 on each side. I'll point those out as we go. Flag holder right here, very important, so you can show your colors, show your support of whatever you want to show out there. It's the spot to show it off. Keyless entry with the camera, so when they ring the doorbell you can actually see who's at the door. Very important safety feature as well. Again, tons of safety features overall in this King Aire. Nice sturdy handle to help you in and out. I've got the steps up right now. I'll open it up just to kind of show you. This does have the hydraulic steps. Oh, it hits my leg right, it stops. If it hits a curb, wherever it is, it'll catch it, stop it. You can still go in and out, but without damaging the coach or hurting somebody. Then when you close it, it's gonna go right back up. When you get to your campsite, you probably want to turn that off just so it's not opening and closing every time you go outside, okay? As far as our wheels and tires, we're going to be on our Alcoa aluminum wheels. The front tires are going to be 365s and the rears will be 315s. This has a 55-degree wheel cut on the front, which makes for some really sharp turning. I'm thinking maybe here in the next couple of weeks we'll do a video with me driving one of these King Aires down the road. We'll just kind of wait and see what the weather does. Right now we're expecting a storm, so we'll see how that goes. But maybe in the next couple of weeks we can do one driving down the road. Also want to point out up top, we do have a door awning. So this is the full Nova Gerard kit, right? So we're going to have window awnings. We have our door awning up top. It's perfect for if you're going in and out and it's raining outside. Gives you a little bit of coverage. All right, the King Aire, this is on a Spartan chassis, so you're going to get 1,950 pound-feet of torque and 605 horsepower. You're going to have 165 gallons of fuel capacity, and you can fuel on both sides. This is the passenger side here. You're going to have your docking light here, running light. Another thing I kind of want to point out here is look at these huge windows. You'll really be able to see those when we get inside, but that's one of the big selling points, and one of the reasons I would buy one if I could is these wonderful windows up here. If you're claustrophobic like I am, the windows come in really handy. Power baggage door, so you just push the button and they open. This front compartment here, plenty of space for tall items, super deep. Normally you'd see an outdoor refrigerator, freezer in here. They moved it towards the center so that you have this compartment available. Again, when it's time to close the door, just get it started. All right, a couple things I want to point out here is you're going to have a shelf up top for additional items, so it's not wasted space. We're going to have our power tray here with 1,000 pounds of carrying capacity. All right, a couple things I want to show you here. You got your spare tiles. Hopefully you never break any, but if you do, you've got some spares. Your central vac system attachments. These here are going to actually be to help you if you have to get your slides, your hydraulic slides in manually. that's how you would do that. Power trays are definitely the way to go. Real convenient. You don't have to be climbing in and out of the compartment area to get your stuff. Out here we're going to have our entertainment center, our Samsung TV with our sound bar and Bose system. You can see we have a couple 110 outlets out here. Perfect size for watching the game outside. Alright, here's another power storage tray. Again, this will go out in both directions. Both the top shelf and the slide tray are lined, so you've got really nice texture down here. Keep your stuff from sliding all over the place. Alright, right here is going to be your outdoor refrigerator, freezer. So you're going to have two compartments. "45-foot coach." Some folks are living in these full time. Even if you're just taking it out for a weekend tailgate, you got plenty of room for all your drinks. Back here you're going to see our Oasis hydronic heating system. You're also going to see our central vac system out here. There's a place you can put your attachments in. If you want to clean out your tow car, your tow vehicle, you can actually, not only can you clean it out, you can also power wash it. I'll show you that when we come around the other side. This is a perfect storage compartment for your extra oil, different fluids. No wasted space with Newmar. I want to point out a couple things right here. You're going to see our camera up here. This does have the 360-degree camera view. Just point that out so you guys can see, and I'll show you when we're inside as well. Cool feature on the King Aire, as you can see down here, this is going to have two battery packs, which is going to give you a total of 2,520 amp hours. You've got dual inverters, so you can actually run two air conditioners going down the road without having to fire up your generator, which is a really cool feature to have. Also want to point out one thing. This is push button, but if you have to get into the battery compartment, here's a cable you can pull in case you don't have power to this compartment. You just pull on that and it'll open it up for you. Stainless steel trim, as you can see, we ordered this one. Looks really classy. Here's one of the other sensors. I mentioned there'll be 3 on each side. So we get to the back. This is a passive steer tag axle. So this rear axle will actually has an 8-degree cut. So this rear axle will turn when you're in the parking lot, trying to get into tight spots, or you're just having to take a turn, a U-turn. This will get you around really nice. All right, back here, I mentioned this has 165 gallons of fuel capacity, 15-gallon DEF tank. You can fill on both sides. I'll show you the other side when we come around. And then here is our emergency suspension fill. And then here's a cable. It's pretty important to look at here. This is going to bleed the moisture out of your brakes, out of your airbags. You don't want excess moisture getting into your air system. It runs your brakes and your air suspension. All right, right here we're going to have our 2 chassis batteries. These are lead acid batteries. You're going to have a disconnect for each. This auxiliary compressor, this is for the rear system, which opens up your engine compartment. Here we're going to have our air dryer and our fuel filter. One thing I really like about the high-end coaches with Newmar is they hide that particulate filter under there. Nice clean look. All right, as we come around the sides, you can see I opened up the engine compartment. Here you're going to see your Cummins X engine with, again, 605 horsepower, 1,950 pound-feet of torque. Because it has the side radiator, you have easy access to a lot of items you're going to want to address, right? A lot of things you're going to want to check your oil. You're going to, if you have a air hose you want to hook up right here, you have a quick connect. That's where you fill your oil. Here's where you check your oil. Easy access to your belts down in here. Your transmission fluid right here as well. Again, plenty of room. I don't know if you can get a good view in here, Jody. Ton of space. You can actually get in here and actually work, change some of the items out yourself. A lot of folks like to do that, so this makes it really easy. Right here's your block heater. There's an on-off switch inside, which I'll show you. In order for that to work, obviously, you have to plug this in, leave it plugged in. This also has 20,000 pound towing capacity. So you've got a huge receiver hitch down here, plenty of towing capacity to haul your stacker trailer or tow vehicle. You've got a Voyager cam connection here, in case you have a backup camera on your stacker. 7-pin connector here. And then an airline for your tow vehicle. So everything's set up, ready to go. To close this, we're just going to pull down this lever. Now that that's closed, you can see the backup camera back here, and that will give you different angles on your tow vehicle, so you can, you want to watch the front, you want to see a more wider view, you can kind of toggle between those. Another sensor right here, and of course your side radiator. Again, makes it really nice, easy to access that engine compartment when you want to do your maintenance or when it's got to get serviced by a dealer somewhere. Here is your driver's side def. This is where you would fill it in. Again, if you go into a fuel station, a truck stop, you can fuel on both sides. They have def on a pump, so you don't have to buy the containers. You do want to carry some just in case, but beware, it does have a shelf life. Here's a nice storage compartment for your sewer hose. This King Aire is equipped with the Sanacon system, but you can also use a gravity feed or dump hose on there, which you would store right there. Again, as we come around the side here, you can see our window awnings on this side, another camera up top. One more sensor here on the side. Here's the backside of the lithium battery bay. Again, you're going to have 2 lithium battery packs for a total of 2,520 amp hours. All right, now that we get to the wet bay, you can see we have our house water filter system down there, our Sanacon macerator system, outdoor shower with hot and cold. Right here you can see your low point drains, cold and hot. You're also going to have your black and gray tank rinse and the black and gray tank rinse low point drains right down here. Really nice clean look. I like that they keep everything covered up. Makes it look really nice and clean. Over on this side, we're going to have our mana block system. It's a really cool system in that if you have a leak, your shower starts to leak, you don't have to cancel the whole trip and get going to a service center. You just shut off the water to the shower, continue your trip, and get back to a service center near you whenever you get done with your trip. Right here, we're going to have our water tap. Down here we're going to have our city water hose on a power cord or on a reel. Then here you're going to have your black and gray tank valves. Up here you're going to have, in this control panel, you can check your tank levels. You can turn on your water pump, do your autofill. You can turn on your security, your passenger and driver side security lights. You can set your generator, start the generator or turn it off. This tilt feature, when you're dumping your tanks, you can hit the tilt feature and it'll tilt the whole coach over to this side so that you get a better drain. I love these compartment doors. I can't tell you enough. One of my favorite features, other than the windows on the King Aire, the doors. You don't have to be slamming them shut every time. Here is your 50-foot, 50 amp short cord. Also on a reel. Right here is the push button for it when it's time to reel it in. Gonna have, here's a cable inlet. All right, now we're on the back side of those two slide trays. Again, they will go out in both directions. Plenty of room for all your supplies. All right here, again, I mentioned earlier, if you want to wash your tow vehicle, here's a nice power washer you can use to clean the bugs off of your coach and also clean your tow vehicle. You're going to have a little window washer back there. It's got an extension so you can clean the windshield off. There's a refrigerator water shut off. And then the valves up there on the left side, those are actually used to shut off the filter system here. So that you can winterize it. Up here in this front compartment, you're going to have a couple things. You're going to have your fuses, spare fuses, and also access to your generator slide, which is right here. That's your exhaust down here for your 12.5K Onan generator. So be careful when you're in. If you're too close, it can catch your legs, so be careful with that. As we come inside here, here's your breaker for the generator. So if you happen to lose power, come check this, make sure it didn't get tripped. Your start button, your hours. You're gonna have your city horns right there. Right below that, to the left, is another quick connect for an airline. And then your wake up the neighbor horns right here in the front, your air horns. Nice clean look, easy access. There's plenty of room to walk in there, do what you have to do. Now, in order to operate this slide, you do have to have your accessories on or the engine running. All right, now that we're done outside, we'll go ahead and go inside. We'll start right here with the door. A couple things to point out: beautiful texture, clean look. And then you have your screen door right here. It's really nice on a warm day. You got some fresh air circulating. You want all the bugs. You don't want those bugs to get in. Makes it nice and easy. Stores away really easy as well. So we're walking in. You have a grab bar on the left, a grab bar on the right. I'm going to go ahead and shut that door, and then we'll finish in the cab. All right, again, this is the 4521 floor plan. So this one's equipped with the dual rocker recliners. We also have a sofa bed on this side. So if you're bringing the grandkids with you, have friends that want to come hang out, maybe you're watching the game, it gets late and they don't want to drive home, you got a place for them to sleep. Pretty simple to set up. I'll show you how to do that really quick. You remove these seats, put them out of the way. Then you want to lift up right here in the middle. You have this leg that comes out. You'll want to push this cushion forward and then drop this down. Quick, easy setup, couple pillows, some sheets, and you're ready to go. This is memory foam right here on this side. They used to do the air mattresses, which they no longer do. This is a really nice option. Want to make sure that you fold these legs under, push up. Again, super simple, doesn't take very long to set up. One thing I want to kind of show is this King Aire floor that we have on here. I love this floor. It's not the high gloss one. I really prefer this one, just a personal preference, but I think it looks really, really nice with the decor that we've chosen. A couple things I want to point out. We've got outlets throughout. So you're just going to push this button right here in the front. It'll pop those out. We've got two there, one back here, which I'm going to open. While you're sitting at the booth, you got plenty of counter space up there, and plenty of room to plug in all your items. The windows, as I mentioned outside, are beautiful. I mean, look at the view you have out here. Your TV is going to be right here in this. You're going to have these touch panels throughout. So in order to pull up the TV, you're going to go to Home, Systems, TV Up. And there's your 8K TV with the Bose soundbar right above it. Perfect for watching movies, watching games. And actually, while I'm sitting here, Jody, if we can just kind of go through this panel. You're going to have these panels again. You're going to have them throughout. They're all going to have basically the same things on here. So on your home screen, you're going to have your lighting. So you can turn on your different lights. All right. So you're going to have your main lights, your accent lights, overhead lights. Right now, as you can see, I've got all the lights on. Under shades, you're going to have access to your kitchen day and night shades, and also your living room day and night shades. Under fans, you're going to be able to turn on the 3 fans. So there's one in the kitchen, one in the master bath, and one in the half bath. Right here, you can turn these on. You can override the rain sensor if you wanted to, and then set low, medium, or high. Again, systems, you're going to have your water pump. You can turn it on and off, your generator start, and then your TV lift up and down. Theater mode, you hit theater mode, the lights will dim. It'll turn on some of the accent lights. It'll pop up the TV and pull down all the shades around. You're going to have your monitor panel. So this is going to show your house and chassis battery levels and also your tank levels. Window awnings, so this is where you can run out your bedroom awnings, your dresser, your living room, and your kitchen. And then this is going to just affect the display lighting, so you can actually tap it enough that it's going to shut off. Give it a minute, tap it, it'll come back on, go back to bright, we'll put it back to bright again. So again, you're going to have these little cabby panels throughout. And that's kind of how you're going to access it. They're going to give you access to different accent lighting. So if you come in here and you turn on all the lights, it's going to give you the main lights on. It's not going to give you all the little accent lights. You're going to have to go through some of the different panels to get that. So again, rocker recliners. We do have our cup holders here. These are lit. Plenty of counter space right here. If you want to set your drinks, magazines there as well, makes it a little easier to get to. Some storage here for your magazines, puzzles, etc. Soft closing drawers throughout. As we come into the kitchen here, point out a couple of things. We have a nice slide out tray here for your storage. Back here in the back, a couple of things. You're going to have your convection power, and then this connection actually gives power to the system that opens these up. So right here you're going to have a couple buttons. Click that to open and close them. This is again convection microwave. This is a Viking. You can bake, pop your popcorn, whatever you want to do in there. Anything you can do in a gas oven, you can do on one of these. Up here you're going to have your Wolf induction cooktop. This is a quartz countertop and covers. Back sides, as usual, will have your cutting boards. So if you got some prep to do, you can just flip these over. Gives you plenty of room. You can be getting everything ready to go. Same with your sink covers. Here is a storage compartment here for your covers. There are 3 of these. Got the other 2 here, wastebasket here, plenty of room for all your cleaning supplies. Over on this side, you're going to have your caddy, so you can put all your cleaning supplies in here as you're walking around throughout the coach getting it clean, or have your kids do that if they're with you. Might as well let them earn their keep, right? Again, soft closing. Back here, more power outlets on both corners. Beautiful window right over the sink and cooking area. You're going to have a lot of counter space up here. Another touch panel here. Of course, we're going to have our silverware / remote drawer. Under here, we're going to have our dishwasher. Again, once you close it, you give it a second, you'll hear that it locks. Won't let you open it until you knock on it. If you have little ones, grandkids, you can play magic trick. Show them it's a magic trick. They'll love it. Attention to detail right here. Again, King Aire's top of the line. You get what you pay for. Nice King Aire logo here burnt into the wood. Here's one more compartment that has an adjustable shelf. And now we're to our Viking refrigerator, which is huge. Again, plenty of room for groceries for weeks at a time here. Over on this side, a couple of things to point out. We have our central vac system down here on the bottom. Just kick that up with your foot, sweep everything into there. There's a spot for your attachments right here. On the booth dinette, a couple things. This does pull out here. You're going to have 2 leaves under the bed that I will show you. So you can set this up with 2 folding chairs and give you plenty of room for, 6 people. Under here, you're going to have some storage. It's kind of nice to have your puzzles under here, whatever you're going to need. So if you're up here playing games, you have cards in there. Easy access to them. You can sit down and eat. You can play your games, put everything away. Also have storage on this side. I'd like to know, just kind of came up, I'd like to know what you guys like to play when you're on the road. If you're out on a weekend trip, a week-long trip, what games would you have under there? Do you like to play cards? I like playing 500 Rummy. It's one of my favorite. My mom and I love playing that game. So I'd like to know kind of what you guys like to play. Give me some ideas. All right, here in the mid-bath, gonna have a couple of things here. Nice sized medicine cabinet, and I'll pop in there and open it up for you here in just a second. Half bath, really nice to have when you're on the road. If you have company over, they don't have to go into your bathroom. So you're gonna have shelves on this side. Up here, a couple things I want to point out here. So you're gonna have your main breaker panel here. Everything is labeled right on the side here. This is gonna have your two inverter breakers. So let's say you're going down the road and your mid-air or your front air stop working, come back here and check these breakers, make sure they haven't been tripped. And then you're also going to have some spare fuses and additional fuses. Everything is labeled right here on the door that coincides with the fuses. Your floor heat stops working. Make sure these haven't been tripped. These are GFCI outlets. And then I'm going to step out and let you kind of show this medicine cabinet. Plenty of room. There's also storage underneath the sink. And next to the toilet there'll be some as well. As usual, you have this cool hinge from Newmar that allows you to get in and out of this half bath while you're going down the road with the slides in. You have your pocket door right here so that you can close off the bedroom from the rest of the coach. Also, before you walk into the bedroom, there's going to be a nice little pantry here. These are adjustable. You have a lock here that kicks in when you put it in gear, start heading down the road. Nice little storage area down here with dividers that you can adjust. Perfect for cookie sheets, pans. Kind of gives you a little more flexibility as far as how you organize your stuff down there. So we come into the master bedroom here. It does have air mattresses with a bladder on each side so you can each control your settings. You're going to have a wireless charging pad on both sides of the bed as well. And you're going to have some storage right next to the bed on both sides. Slide this mattress over a little bit. So you're going to have on both sides, I love the backlighting on the right around the bed here. Beautiful lighting. You've got your blinds back here. You have windows on both sides. You don't feel like you're sleeping in a coffin at night. You can get some fresh air coming through there. Underneath here, under the bed, as I mentioned earlier, you're going to have your two folding chairs and your two extra leaves for the booth dinette. Of course, you're going to have your TV here. Plenty of storage. Up here is where you would put your Blu-ray player, your satellite receiver, and then you're going to have some storage. Plenty of storage in here. Just going to open the top ones first. I like that you have a counter up here. And you're going to have some more, another outlet up here as well. There we go. Fireplace, if you want additional heat. It's a little nice lighting. Makes it feel nice and cozy whenever it's freezing outside. All right, I do want to go through this touch panel here a little bit. Couple things here. Again, you're going to have another cabby panel here for your lights. It's going to have the same menu as I showed you earlier. Down here you're going to have a motion sensor. So this is where you would turn that on to enable the sensors down, so that when you're walking, if the lights are off, you're walking at night, as you walk through the different zones, the light will come on so that you're not stubbing your toes everywhere you go. Up here you're going to have your bed slide in and out, and then your main control, one of your controls up here. So on the home screen, you're going to have your your tank levels, your house batteries. This is going to show you right now our house batteries are 100%. Your chassis batteries are at 13.6. This is going to show you, you can set your generator, shows if your gen set is on and off. And then you're going to show your shore power, leg 1 and 2. All right, on your AC power, again, it's going to show you leg 1 and 2, and then your inverter status. DC power, again, similar to that. You're going to have different settings that you can go into here. Again, I leave that more for your techs. Generator, this is where you can turn it on and off and actually set your auto gen start by these different triggers down here. You have your chassis batteries, so your levels, your AC, etc. Your water, fresh tanks, black tank, gray tank levels, your water pump on and off, and you can also turn your autofill on and off. Your climate, you can tell it's a little cold. I have it set at 75. I will be shutting that off after we get done with this video. Your block heater, again, I showed you out back in the engine compartment. If that was plugged in, you can turn your block heater on and off in here or in the overhead compartment up front. Now this does have, like I mentioned outside, 2 lithium battery packs. This is pack 1, 1260 amp hours. You scroll down to pack 2. Your coach mode. So this just shows you the different modes. So you can go to active camping, and it'll show you what is enabled when you're in active camping. Outdoor unplugged. Again, this is going to tell you what is enabled. In order to kick it into outdoor unplugged, you would hit activate, and it would put you in that setting, in that mode. Floor heat, you can go and adjust the 3 different zones we have. Now this will go all the way up to 10. That doesn't mean that it's going to get hotter. That is actually just time sensitive. So every bar is going to give you additional time before it cycles on and off. So if you want it to stay warmer longer, you just increase those different, you can go 10 bars on each if you really wanted to. All right, here's your awning controls. Same screen for different purposes. So awnings, your vent fans here. Again, we have 3 different fans: kitchen, master bath, and the half bath. Your door locks, you can open and lock and unlock right here. Your shades, we're going back to this screen here. We'll see it again here in a minute. This is going to give you your different zones that you can open and close, or put your shades on. Your lights, back to that same screen. You can see all the lights up here, and we can go by zone, and you can turn on and off lights in those areas. Cameras, you can access your cameras from here. Go to the different zones. So right now, back up. Again, 360 degrees, so you can toggle around through there till you find the camera that you want to be able to check out while you're in the room. All right, now as we move into the bathroom, we're going to have our washer dryer. So there's a nice little storage area on the bottom. These are Whirlpool washer and dryer. We're going to have our shower with our flip down seat. So you have a flip down seat. Nice safety feature to have, so you're not falling around in there. You're going to shave. You got your body wash, conditioner, and shampoo dispensers up top. I love the shower. The tile throughout is just beautiful. Of course, you're going to have your big rain shower head up there, and then your wand. You have a grab bar right there. Again, a lot of safety features in this coach, and you're going to have your aquamizer system to help you save on your fresh water. Keeps you from wasting it. Of course, we're going to have our escape door back here. Say this every time, but hopefully you never have to use it, but if you do, it's really nice to have. Alright, to use it, this just comes right off. Super simple. Pull that Velcro strap and flop over the ladder. It just telescopes down and you're ready to get out. Clips back on. Unlock both. Here in the master, here in the closet back here, you're going to see we've got our safe. We've got plenty of wardrobes area, and then you're going to have nice spots there for all of your shoes. I'm going to open this other side, you can see a little bit better. And then you're going to have some bigger shelves over here on the left. Back in the back there, you can see some more electronic equipment. That's going to be our satellite components. Alright, got a nice trough sink here. Plenty big for 2 people. A lot of room for your hygiene supplies. This one's going to have an outlet back here. Plenty of outlets. You're going to have one on both sides down here. Touchpad here for your lights. Again, same as throughout. You're going to have all the same options. Here's another motion sensor, so if you want to turn on the sensors in here. Under the sink, plenty of storage. Again, soft closing, same on both sides. Right here I'm kind of standing on top of the engine compartment access panel, so you can see this cutout here. The techs, if they had to get to a different part of the engine, get on that top side, they would pull this panel out and have access to that. All right, now we can go to the front of the coach and go through the cab. So don't forget, owner's manuals, very important. Everything you need to know about your coach is in there. Front captain seats, they're heated, they're cooled. These have a massage feature on them. So both of these, you can, don't do that while you're driving down the road. We don't need you falling asleep. Super comfy. Again, nice leather seats up front. You're gonna have, right here's your heat control, your cooling. Here's your leg rest. These do swivel around, so if you've got company over and you need additional seating, you can swivel these seats around. These do have lumbar support as well. Here's your back. And then you can move forward and backwards. Over on this side here, this little adapter comes in really handy if you have an iPad, something you want to hold right next to you when you're going down the road. Again, makes it really easy to access. Goes right in, right out. Here is your backseat driver panel here. Everything that the driver can access on the main control, you can access here. Your cameras, your navigation. You're going to have a wireless charging pad right here. You have your HVAC, heat and AC controls there. You're going to have your ceiling light, your map light, your step cover, and your visor, and then your patio light. You can click that white or amber depending on what color you want that. I'm going to go ahead and close this step cover so you can see that. Really nice feature. If you've got pets, etc., you don't want your feet dangling down there. Nice and sturdy. Again, even just while that's open, you can just see down here, I mean, you have nice side splash there. I wouldn't call it backsplash because it's on the side, but I mean, it's beautiful. Everything about the King Aire is just really elegant. And again, you know, that's why you step up and go to a King Aire, right? You're gonna have some storage here. Up here, you're gonna have your visor, all your visor controls, your shade, your heating and cooling. You're going to have your HVAC override, so if you don't want your passenger to have control of that side, or if you're driving by yourself, you can shut that off and then access it all yourself off of these controls. You have your entry locks, your generator on and off button. So you can see the light is on, so we're running the generator to keep it nice and toasty in here. Your courtesy lights, so when somebody lets you pass them, give them that thank you. Your docking lights. This is your overhead fan with your medium and low and high settings right here. Your heated steering wheel. And then this front fan is actually going to run off your Oasis. That's going to help you to keep the cab warm using your Oasis system as you're going down the road. I'm going to go ahead and we'll start this up. And kind of go through a couple of things here. Right here on the steering wheel controls, this is going to adjust your pedals. This front one right here is going to adjust your pedals. This is going to take you straight to your comfort drive settings. You're going to have your stereo controls right here. On this side, you're going to have your telescoping and your tilt. Right on this side, I don't know if you can kind of show this right here, kind of move it around. So telescoping on this side and tilt on this side. Okay. Right now we've got the awnings out, all of that fun stuff, so we're going to leave them out. But again, push start. This is going to be your trailer brake controller. On this far side over here, this is going to be your auto high beams. So if you have that set, then it will actually turn your high beams off when somebody's coming at you. Part of the 23 King Aire, one of the upgrades is you have brighter headlights. So that will come in handy. It's going to be your dome light, and then this is going to dim and brighten your buttons here. Your light settings, you have auto, so you can just leave it on auto. Lights, your heated mirrors, and your controls for your left and right mirrors. Emergency park brake. We're here on the left side. We're going to have our tag dump, our engine brake on and off, and then you're going to have low, medium, and high stages for your engine brake. This is equipped with the Allison 6-speed automatic transmission. And it's got air leveling as well as hydraulic leveling. So this is for your hydraulic leveling controls. If you're in muddy, if you're parked somewhere where it's kind of muddy, you don't want to use that. You want to use your air leveling. Just makes it a lot easier. All right, down here on the bottom left, we're going to have our traction control override, our window for your tow window here, our air horn on and off. So if you turn that off, then it's just going to use your city horns. Turn it on, it's going to use the air horns. Your house and chassis battery boost. And then your tow. This is a new feature, so if you're towing heavy, you have a stacker trailer, you can click that on to heavy tow. It will actually use the airbags in the back. It'll air them up, let air out accordingly so that it levels out the ride with you and makes towing heavy a lot nicer, a lot easier to do. Down here, you're going to have your 3 memory settings for your seats. I usually will recommend, or always will recommend, setting one of these so that when it's time to rotate the captain's chairs around, you hit that setting and it'll put it in a perfect spot. Move your steering wheel. That way you're not having to fight it every time, trying to figure out what's a good spot to do that. On your gauges, just briefly, we'll go through a couple of things here. So I want to point out your different settings here. So you're going to have your air leveling, your brightness, that's going to be just the brightness of the dash. Your message center, that's where it'll let you know if something's not working properly. Your trip is where you will set your trip. You can clear the mileage if you want to keep an eye on your fuel consumption. Trip info is just going to give you some different info settings there. Nothing major. We'll click through that here in a little bit. Tire pressure monitoring system. And then up top here, you're going to have a couple different things I want to point out. So you're going to have your fuel, your temperature, your oil pressure, and then your primary and secondary air gauges right here. So you can see right now they're both fully up. If they weren't, you'd see a message down here that says not at right height when you go to leave. This is going to be your depth gauge. And then over here, two huge screens. So we're going to have two huge screens here. We're going to have your main control panel here for your navigation, your stereo, and then on this side we're going to have our cameras. All right. Oh, one more thing I want to point out that I forgot down here. You do have a couple USB ports and then your auxiliary port. So right here you can actually input, if you plug your phone in, it'll go straight to your stereo with your aux cord and then your USB as well. And then two additional USB charging ports right here. All right, now back to here so I can show you the cameras. So this screen here is going to show you all your different cameras. We can go to camera control and you can change the angle. So when I was talking earlier about your towing, so you can keep an eye on your tow vehicle. There's three different settings that you can kind of click on. One gets you a little tighter, the other ones give you a little wider view. This entry cam will show you a 360 and then also the rear, trailer camera 1 and 2 right here, and then there's an interior, different views here. So you're going to see out the sides. You can see the slides are out, so you can kind of see that's that middle camera in between the two slides. This is a really cool feature. You got the front camera, which can come in really handy. If you're hearing noises outside, you're not sure if somebody's hiding, you can actually click all the different cameras and then you get those there. On your main menu, you're going to have, so this does come equipped with Apple CarPlay, XM, Sirius XM radio. It's Bluetooth compatible, so you can make phone calls. You can Bluetooth your phone in and make phone calls. Oh. Plenty of the latest technology as far as everybody nowadays really wants to have their Apple CarPlay. When they're going down the road, you can use your maps. You can use all of that if you don't like the Nav and Go system. I like just having my CarPlay going whichever car I'm in. Just makes it that much easier. Also, you do have a wireless charging pad here on the left side. So you set your phone down right there, it's charging. And then last but not least, I want to kind of go through this overhead panel here. A couple things I want to point out. Again, this is going to be the same screen we had in the bedroom that I went through. I have all the same features there. Up here, you're going to have your Wi-Fi Ranger. You're going to have a couple things that are important here. Because there is a camera right here, right, that you can access through My Rosie app. If you want to see what's going on in your coach, you want to make sure that this video button is on and that the coach is tied to, that there's internet service in it, right? So you want to make sure as long as you have internet service in it, you can access through your My Rosie app that camera. If you don't want anybody accessing that, you want to turn that off so they can't access that camera. Over here, you're going to have your solar charge controller here. So this is equipped with 4 panels. That's your charge controller. This is your over-the-air channel antenna. Your Girard awning controller. So this is where you would open and close your awnings, turn on your lights for the different awnings as well. Your slide out controls for your driver and passenger side. Your exterior LED light, so if you don't want that LED light strip to come on under the slide. Your exterior step on and off. Again, you want to turn that off if you don't want the steps coming in and out every time you open the door. And then here's your on and off for your Wi-Fi router. On this side here, we're going to have our security sensors, our driver and passenger security lights, our privacy drape, driver side and front, and then your door privacy drape and your passenger. So those will be all your blackout shades for the coach when it's parked and ready to go. You don't want anybody peeking in, and you don't want any excess light coming in as well. Other than that, you're going to have a couple storage compartments up here. Same on this side. Here you're going to have one of your controllers for your Nova Gerard. That's for your window or your door awning up here. That's your controller. On this side, you're going to have your main two awnings controllers. And then right here, a little bit more storage. All right. And that is the end of this 2023 King Aire. Again, this is a 4521 floor plan. Hopefully here in the next couple weeks, I can do a video driving a King Aire down the road. Not sure if we still have the one that has the Starlink. If it does, maybe we could do a demo on that while we're driving down the road. So stay tuned, keep an eye out, and we'll see what we can come up with next. Thank you guys.